The Further Reaches of Human Nature by Abraham Maslow. Our view of human nature must expand to incorporate the features of the most advanced and fulfilled people among us. People selected as self actualizing subjects. People who fit the criteria go about it in these little ways. They listen to their own voices, they take responsibility, they are honest, and they work hard. They find out who they are, not only in terms of their mission in life, but also in terms of the way they feel hurt when they wear such and such a pair of shoes, and whether they do or don't like eggplant or stay up all night if they drink too much beer. All this is what the real self means. They find their own biological nature, which are irreversible or difficult to change. Though the term self actualize was coined by another psychologist, Kurt Goldstein, it was Abraham Maslow who made the concept well known. It described those seemingly rare individuals who had achieved full humanness, a blend of psychological health and devotion to their work that made them highly effective. If there were many more people, Maslow said, our world would be transformed. And instead of putting all our energies into dreaming up faster and better things, we should be trying to create societies that produce more self-actualized people. Before Maslow, psychology was divided into two camps: the scientific, behaviorist, and positivists, who felt that no idea in psychology was valid unless it had been proven, and the Freudian psychoanalyst. Maslow originated a third force, humanistic psychology, which refused to see human beings as machines operating in response to the environment or as the pawns of subconscious forces. Maslow observed, it is necessary for man to live in beauty rather than ugliness, as it is necessary for him to have food for his belly or rest for his weary body. We all know we must eat, drink, and sleep, but Maslow argued that once these basic needs are met, we develop meta needs regarding the higher B values that also have to be fulfilled. This was his famous hierarchy of needs, which began with oxygen and water and finished with the need for spiritual and psychological fulfillment. Nearly all psychological problems, Maslow believed, stem from sickness of the soul, which involve lack of meaning or anxiety about these needs not being met. Most people cannot articulate that they even have these needs. Yet this pursuit is vital to being fully human. Achieving fully means awareness of life as a series of choices. One way advances toward personal growth, the other involves a regression. Achieving fully means willing to work and apply yourself in order to make the most of your abilities in whatever field you are in to be among the best. Achieving fully means being willing to see other people in their best light under the aspect of eternity. The author liked to ask his student questions such as, which of you intend to become president? Or which of you will become an inspirational moral leader? When they blush, he then posed the question, if not you, then who else? These were all people who were training to be psychologists. But Maslow asked them what the point was of learning to be a mediocre psychologist. Doing only as much as necessary to be competent, he told them, was a recipe for deep unhappiness in life. They would be evading their own capacities and possibilities. Maslow called Nietzsche ideas of the law of eternal recurrence. That is, that the life was led has to be lived over and over again into eternity. like in the movie Groundhog Day. If we live with this law in the mind, we would only ever do what was really important. Some people avoid seeking to be great because they fear being seen as wanting too much. Yet, this can just become an excuse not to try. Instead, we adopt mock humility and set low aims for ourselves. The possibility of becoming remarkable shoots a thunderbolt of fear into many unremarkable people. Maslow's suggestion was this: we need to balance grand aims with having our feet on the ground. Most people have too much of one and not enough of the other. If you study successful and self-realized people, you find that they have a blend of both. That is, they shoot for the sky, yet are also grounded in reality. Maslow noted that because we live in a world that changes and more quickly than it did in the past, it is not enough to do things the way they have always have done. The most mature people are the ones that can have the most fun. These are people who can regress at will, who can become childish and play with children and be close to them.